There you go.
Good morning, this is Gracie Opulenza and I'm all about eccentric and opulent lifestyle. You can find out a lot more about me on gracieopulenza.com. I live a digital nomad lifestyle, so travel around the globe often. And today I am in Italy, Tuscany, the land of fashion, leather, shoes, handbags and swimming pools. And today's video is about Stetson hats and summer protection whilst you are walking the streets of Siena, Florence, Arezzo. I'm talking about Tuscany. It's peak season and I've noticed a lot of people wearing hats, and hats I think are underrated for many reasons. I like hats because if you're having a bad hair day, covers that. If you clearly need it for the sun, it's a fantastic substitute of a sunscreen. I mean, let's face it, if you're walking the streets of Florence and visiting the iconic, beautiful Uffizi Gallery or the Ponte Vecchio, that beautiful bridge, you're not going to put sunscreen on your head. You're in Italy. You're in the one of the iconic fashion cities, and I'm really targeting tourists, and a lot of the tourists that I notice in Tuscany are Americans, Australians. I can spot the Europeans, but let's target the Americans and the Australians. And the simple reason is you're not equipped for European fashion, style, or how to handle this heat. Now, Italy is a place where, unlike America and Australia, to enter cities you can just park the car and drive there and get into air cons and going into big malls and plazas. It doesn't exist. You need good footwear, you need a great hat, and you need to look stylish. So I really giggle because I can really spot an American and Australian struggling in Florence or Lucca, Siena, Arezzo. I'm talking about the region of Tuscany. You can find out a lot more on Tuscany. Just put in the word Tuscany. I live here. So today's video is about stylish hat, and I'm going to also touch on a little bit of swimwear. So back to, you're not in America, you're not in Australia, you can't just drive in. It's really hot. You want to walk that beautiful wall of Lucca, or you want to go and have a nice wine in the Piazza of Arezzo, or if you're in Florence, walking to see Michelangelo, the David statue, or the Bobboli Gardens. You need a hat, you need great trainers, but you need to make an effort. You need to look good as well. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, if you don't have a hat, then buy one in Italy. I've worked with this brand for many, many years, Stetson. They're an American brand. They're pricey. The hats range from really minimum of €200 and up. Something like this is €350. It's fantastic. It's white. It's unisex. It keeps the sun from you. It looks stylish. Cowboy hats are always going to be bang on trend. You know, hats are not a thing that date, whether it's a fedora hat. But what is important to understand, the size of your head, the size of your hat, and different head shapes suit different hat styles. But the cowboy or the cowgirl hat is very unisex. It ain't Texas, Beyonce with her song. Really, it ain't Texas, it's Tuscany. And hats look incredibly stylish. They're an underrated accessory, and I want to see a lot more. Bad hair day. What about if you're bald? You know, the soaring sun at the moment, or continuously. Italy isn't like America or Australia where one day it's hot and one day it's cold. It is a continuous above 34 degrees in the last 6 weeks. So today here in Tuscany, it is again going to reach 36, and it's unrelenting. So the hot seasons in Italy really come in mid-June, July, August, and it can go into mid-September. But if you're in the south, let's say Puglia or Sicily, that can continue full on May, June, July, August, September. Unlike Australia where I grew up, it could rain one day, can be 42 degrees one day and then drop down to 18. That isn't the European weather. I also live in Thailand, and that's also unrelenting humidity. But back to Tuscany. Why should you embrace a hat? Talk about Stetson, because I've got quite a few of those hats. They're robust, they're stylish, they're expensive. This is a straw white hat. I also, looks fantastic on men and women, menstylefashion.com. You'll see all the men wearing this exact white straw hat. And this hat is fantastic because I can actually swim in it as well. I know people swim with caps, that makes perfect sense, but let's say you're at the Four Seasons here in Florence. If you want to know about Season 3, the White Lotus, Four Seasons, Koh Samui, Thailand, I've reviewed it, I've been there. This is a White Lotus look for sure. Wondering what they're going to be trending next year? My guess is there'll be a lot of stylish hats. Therefore, this kind of hat, is it suitable for travel? Well, you can just wear it before you board on the plane, especially when you get off the plane. Let's say you're flying from America or Australia or New Zealand. The hat will cover all the bad hair and greasy hair and frizzy hair and so forth. So the straw hat is incredibly brilliant for the soaring heat, for sitting at a nice villa or a resort. You can swim in it. It's not going to damage, the water's not going to damage it because it's straw and it's protected. I mean, you're not going to go diving in it, but this is all, grab a Prosecco, grab a white wine or a rosé, have a sip in your own villa pool or a public pool. Not that they're really up for you allowed to drink, but if you're in a private pool, this is fantastic. Let's go on to the next one. This one is another Stetson hat. It's a Panama hat. Again, it is, I'll just take my, it is the exterior, it's made in Italy, ironic, and it's natural straw. Again, natural straw is like bamboo bags or straw bags. They're perfect for the sun. They can endure the sun. Perfect for swimming. What do we think of this? This fits me better. It is fantastic if I'm going on in Lucca around the wall. This, I would say, is also brilliant if you're going around Florence. Florence is all about walking. In fact, as I said, Arezzo, Florence, Lucca is all about walking. I'm talking about Tuscany idea here today. So you can't pull up in your car. There is ZDL zone, so you can only come in with a taxi, and I see a lot of people really struggle because Italy, like Europe, is all about walking. So make sure you get some fantastic stylish strainers. Land in Tuscany, don't fret. Have a look at the Italians and think, hold on, ditch your wardrobe and buy some new stuff. In fact, my recommendation, especially if you're coming from down under, leave your clothes home and invest in a nice linen polo top, a linen shorts. Don't go wearing your ripped pearls. Do not wear your flip-flops or your thongs with your flip-flops. Just leave it all home. Honestly, just come in with an empty piece of luggage. Hello, is this the new pump?
No.
Ah, right. Yes. It's broken.
No. The way it's
yes,
it's
right.
not the way it's there,
Okay.
and you
Now,
need a freaking tool.
so if you're coming to Italy, you just need, remember, a travel adapter of all sizes. Don't forget your travel adapter. So I'm here in Tuscany. This video is about, well, my lifestyle, but about straw hats. And straw hats are fantastic. Italy is about walking, looking stylish. Bring with your empty suitcase and invest. Some of my top places that you can get some good hats from and start low-key is Zara. Zara in, not that they made my promotion, but Zara in Italy is completely different to Zara in America, in Asia, in New Zealand and in Australia. And I would definitely invest in a cowboy straw hat and a fedora hat, which I've got lots as well. Check it out on menstylefashion.com if you want to find out a lot more about hats. Stetson's a brand that I've worked with for a long time, so all my hats are from them, and they're a lot more expensive. This is Panama, 100% made in Italy, straw, fantastic for the heat. And in Italy also, when you sit down, you have to pay to sit down, so you want to look stylish. Sometimes there's an umbrella, sometimes there's not. Sometimes it's really, really hot. And it's definitely 100% not aircon 9 times out of 10. I was in Siena, I was melting. And the hat is also good if you've just had your hair done and dyed. Great for not burning your head. A lot of people come to Europe or Italy and they get dehydrated because they're just not used to the walking and the heat. Right, and the final one I've got today, this is from a brand, Uteque, which is the sister brand of Zara. And this is got, ironically, made in Italy again. I bet the leather is coming 100% from Tuscany. So leather and then the straw. I really like the synergies of this. How's that? I find these kind of hats look fantastic on me. I've got a cracker of an orange hat in Thailand. When I'm there at my other pool, I'll do a video on that. So straw hats today, why you should invest in them when you're coming to Italy, look stylish, really invest. And I mean, once you get a few hats, you don't need to keep going and buying them unless you're obsessed with hats. So there it is, made in Italy, leather meets straw. You don't swim in this hat, but it's fantastic because it's breathable outside. I think this is clever. It's breathable, so the leather will look stylish and look wonderful, and it's breathable in the heat. So I actually have not seen a hat like this done, and that's why I bought it. I think I bought it 5-6 years ago. So the leather combination, if you're in Italy, you look on my YouTube, lots on leather handbags, lots on leather shoes, brands, luxury brands. What makes a great brand? Don't go Gucci, don't go Prada. I'm telling you, mass produced, overpriced. You're in the land of Tuscany, leather. Go small if you want to be different. But definitely, as I said, if you're coming from Australia or if you're coming from America or New Zealand, leave your clothes home, because the way we dress here is nothing the way that you dress back there. Invest in a couple of capsule pieces, and today make sure you invest in a stylish straw hat. Just recapping, we've got the Stetson cowboy hat, straw, fantastic. It ain't Texas, it ain't Texas, down, down, down. It's Tuscany, isn't it beautiful? And I'm amongst 10,000 olive trees. Really hot here in Italy. Sicily hasn't had rain for a year. The olives are tiny here in Tuscany. We do need rain. But if I'm walking the olive trees, I am definitely going to be wearing a straw hat. It's cool, it's stylish. Yes, there are stylish Italians amongst my olive trees. And then finally the Panama hat, made in Italy. I love the colour. Again, Stetson, gorgeous, really stylish. The White Lotus, Season 3, Koh Samui. And if I'm going to the Four Seasons here in Florence or other beautiful villas, this I would say is fantastic. And you can swim in it, can go to the pool, you can have your Prosecco, your Rosé, your red wine, your white wine, and so forth. Share, like, comment. My YouTube is international. No one will be able to talk about travel and fashion and lifestyle like I do, because I'm always traveling like a revolving door. So, which hat will I wear while I'm swimming? I'm going to go and put my cowboy hat, and then we're going to talk about swimwear for big breasts and large arms. Bye, have a good afternoon. Oh, nice.